Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with more Sable's Grimoire JP III and VMsNow.com with you always to cover this. I hope my patience has helped. I've taken a slight break. Because usually in the last series I rushed the videos out. This series I tried to pace myself a little bit better so that my patience won't wear thin quite as fast. Hopefully that does indeed work like we're planning for it to work, because if you were watching the previous video, you know that I've lost my patience pretty quickly with the entire, well, what we're seeing in front of the screen right now. So let's just see if it improves on the situation. Can't possibly get any worse. Healing magic involves speeding up the natural healing process of a person's body. You increase their white blood cell count and ease their blood flow and perform other temporary modifications to the recipient's body. Magic is used to expedite the healing process, but it is ultimately the recipient's body which does the work. Restoration magic, on the other hand, literally turns back time for an object. It returns something to the state it was in at an early important time, exactly as it once was. Despite the seemingly endless possibilities that restoration magic appears to possess, however, it is far from all-powerful. There are strict limitations on what can be reverted and from how long ago. The fact that this door and its surroundings were mended perfectly means the teachers must have repaired it very quickly, and that Draken didn't completely incinerate the door. I don't see him anywhere. Maybe he's in a grade above us. Ray moves away from the door as she fails to locate her suitor. Either that or you really did make him up. Yeah, you might be right. Or he's been locked out. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's it. Stupid Sable, of course that's it. You think that yet another person missed the ceremony? We're up to 4 now. We all did. Yeah, stupid Sable. I suppressed my urge to slap Ray. Whatever. Until you show me concrete evidence, I'm going with the theory that this person is make-believe. Did you at least get the guy's name? I think it was Hal. Hal, huh? I stare at Ray skeptically. Yeah, that's it. Definitely. Probably. Definitely probably? Probably. Definitely not. Anyway, enough of this. Are we going to try and get inside or not? Yeah. In response to my perfectly reasonable question, Eth and Ray both stare at me bemusedly. Don't wanna. Yeah, I'd rather not. It's always a drag to jump in halfway through something like this. Not to mention we'd get scolded by the teachers for sure. We're better off just waiting for them to finish. Driven by a sudden suspicion, I summon my terminal and look up the ranking for the entrance exam. Starting at the top where Alicia's full name is firmly planted, I scroll right down to the bottom. Surely enough, Ray and Aerith are both ranked in the bottom 10 places of our grade. I can't English. Wow, Alicia really is the valedictorian. And it looks like Draken managed to somehow get a good ranking too. Basically probably threatened to eat their families, and they gave her a good grade. She acted pretty whimsical earlier, but I guess she's much more knowledgeable and powerful than her personality would suggest, being a dragon and all. As for those two, however, Eth Rugal, 184th, Ray Mikawa, 187th, given a total of 189 students, they're ranked among the worst. The only students below Ray scored 0, meaning they likely didn't show up for the exam at all. I guess Ray was screwed over by the lack of any healing magic tests in the exam. She'll probably do better once classes actually begin. Eth's a surprise though, but she's too nervous being around so many complete strangers. I close my terminal and address the two dunces once more. Fine, we'll wait them out, but don't complain to me if we miss something important. Sure, whatever you say. Understood. The two girls turn towards the cafeteria, paying no further mind to the ceremony we're supposed to be a part of. Ray starts walking in lengthy strides, and Ethel swivels her torso towards me, stretching her arms out wide. I sigh in resignation and pick her up, risking a hernia once more as I carry her back to the cafeteria. Don't know why you're carrying her. But yeah, the biggest problem with this game, at least at the moment in the demo, is that the big twist of it seems that the guy is expecting this magical academy to be idealistic and utopian, and it turns out to be just a regular high school. That isn't the worst twist in the face of the planet, or on the face of the planet, that's the case may be. But at that point, it comes down to execution. And if we're just going to get another, hey, look at all these teenagers in high school visual novel, I don't know. I'm sure everybody needs a break from the blood and gore every once in a while, but again, and I said this before, this isn't the first time we've had a high school VN with a bunch of different species and monster girls and alien girls and everything in between. This is far from the first, so, and including magic and science fantasy and science fiction and everywhere in between. It's kind of all of the genres that you could consider influential in the visual novel sphere, that's probably one of the biggest, right up there next to Otome and Winged Cloud's entire catalog. But my hope is that I'm proven wrong, but we're a good hour into this demo and I haven't been proven wrong yet. So it is just a demo, it's just supposed to give us a taste. But I mean, even the Fault series, the Fault Milestone series, has a similar approach to this setting, magical worlds and science fantasy and whatnot, and they executed it slightly better by showing how magic would work as a technology among classes that can't use magic. This world has both magic and technology, which is clashing with my brain. One would influence the other, surely, but I may have to, before the final episode, I may have to get a list of all the games that this game, Sable Grimoire, borrows from all the visual novels. Let's keep the rest of the gaming world out of it. We'll just stick to visual novels. And I may just stick to the ones I've covered to really narrow it down, but even then, we are talking about a long list that it finds itself among, and it's got to find a way to differentiate from. So, once the opening ceremony has come to an end, students begin to flood into the cafeteria without delay. Judging by the way they all look around the cafeteria in amazement, it seems that almost every single one of the incoming students is a first year. Students in higher grades are no doubt used to cooking for themselves by now, so it's no surprise that they wouldn't want to enter the horribly crowded cafeteria. Even if the second year students don't all know how to cook for themselves, they could always just stockpile junk food in their rooms. The allowance we receive from the academy is pretty generous, especially if you rank highly. It's not a stretch to think that busy students might buy loads of food ahead of time. Having already eaten during the ceremony, I feel no need to get caught up in the commotion. Instead, I remain off to the side, standing beside S and Ray. Ray, I'm scared. There's nothing to be afraid of. There are students here just like us. They won't hurt you. Really? Yep, I promise. You know, you really shouldn't tempt fate like that. What's fate gonna do? Chop F down and use her as mulch? Yeah. Hey, stop that. Not everyone is protected by an aura of baseless optimism like you are, Ray. I know, right? I wasn't praising you. Before our mindless banter can continue any longer, one of the teachers stands at the front of the room and begins to address us. It would seem that the new students came here because they were told to, not because they were simply hungry. Oh, wow. Hello. Everyone, please settle down for a moment. You'll be allowed to eat in peace shortly. Before that, there are some matters I must convey to you all. In accordance with the teacher's will, the students all quickly fall into line. It may have something to do with her magic, but rather than say everyone is obediently following her instructions, it would be more accurate to say that the majority can't help but to listen to her. Yep! Benefits of being a succubus, I suppose. Without realizing it, almost every newcomer, male and female alike, has come smitten. Thank you, everyone. It makes me happy to see that we have been blessed with sensible, good-natured students once again. As your grade advisor, I look forward to guiding each and every one of you. She can't be that naive. Man, I'm going to chalk that one up to sarcasm. Met with resounding applause, the teacher continues smiling, as if she's already used to such receptions. And going by her appearance, I'm not surprised. This is just not fair. A succubus as a teacher? How the hell am I supposed to say no to her? Confronted with the overpowering attraction of a beautiful succubus, I feel myself being drawn to her unnaturally. There's something about her which attracts others. You mean the demonic power of sexuality? Or power of demonic sexuality? Technically both can be right, but you know, one gets me yelled at and the other doesn't. Not just her appearance and her personality, but something otherworldly. For the next 30 minutes, you'll all be given the freedom to eat, talk, and do just about anything you please, rules permitting. Afterwards, you will walk to your classrooms as per the directions and schedules given out during the opening ceremony. That is all for now. Your teachers will handle the rest once you head to your respective classrooms. For the time being, please enjoy your meals and treat one another with kindness and respect. Once again, shout with cheers and applause. The teacher bows. She then walks off with the other teachers, leaving us students on our own. Oh jeez, my heart's pounding. I need to figure out how she does that, so I can build up some kind of tolerance. Had the succubus cast a spell on herself, or on us, I'm confident that I would have been able to see through it and devise a countermeasure. Given that her power of attraction appears to be a natural part of her being, however, keeping my cool around her may prove difficult. Gosh, what was that? I feel all tingly and warm. Tell me about it. Succubi is scary. I cast a sideways glance at the teacher as she leaves the room. My eyes are drawn to her smooth, slim wings, her supple, perky tail. More importantly, I shake my head and face my companions, trying to distract myself. That thing she talked about, the schedule and the directions. Oh, right. Schedule. Ray and Ez are both happy to be given something to focus on. A moment later, however, they realize what I'm trying to say. What do we do? Ask other students, I guess. The teachers all ran away, so it's not like we have much of a choice. S shifts her gaze between Ray and I nervously, silently begging us to come up with another answer. I can tell you which class you're in, but I don't know your schedule. You'll need to find someone from your own class and ask them, okay? Without giving S time to protest, I discreetly summon my terminal underneath the table, worried that I might otherwise attract too much attention. Okay, let's see. Ray and S, you're both in class 1E. Whoa, really? Same class. Ray looks at S excitedly. In response, S simply smiles. What about you, Sable? You're in 1E too, right? Sable too. Sorry, you two. I'm afraid not. I'm in 1C. That's what I thought. Was he just ignoring his terminal all those other times? Or, you know what, never mind. Oh, that's disappointing. Are you at least in the same dorm block? Of course not. The dorms here are divided by sex, you know? Unless someone screwed up royally, there's no way we'd be... We're just broadcasted 5... You know what, never mind. 5 meters away, you can see it. Unless someone screwed up royally, there's no way we'll be in the same. I stop talking mid-sentence as I lay my eyes on my room number. Unable to believe what I'm seeing, my eyes and mouth both open wide in shock. Contrary to regulations, it seems as though I've been given a room right in the middle of the girls. There's gotta be some kind of twist. I don't know what it is yet. The demo probably won't show it, even once we get to the end. But there's some twist here because it's playing too close to the line. If there is no twist, then by God, this may be the most mediocre visual novel I play this year if it comes out in 2018. This has to be a mistake. Your room's right next to mine. Lucky. I ignore Ray's enthusiastic remark and double check my room number. I check again and again using different maps from different sources. No matter how many times I check, however, the reality of my situation does not change. No way. How can this be? Maybe they ran out of rooms. Or maybe they thought you were a girl. Sable's a girl's name, right? I mean, that's slightly logical, but wouldn't they check it? Well, the only explanation I can think of at that point is, yes, they checked his gender, but they decided not to be judgmental, and damn it, this is getting stupid. Moving on. It's unisex. Anyway, this is clearly a mistake. I need to get this sorted out. Yeah? But why? Don't you run a room right next to mine? Not if it means having weird rumors spread about me. I dismissed the map of the dorm blocks and instead bring up the details for our grade advisor. Looking up her profile, it seems the succubus who addressed us earlier is not only our grade advisor, but also my class's teacher. Eris Monte, huh? Well, Miss Monte, you have some explaining to do. Oh, this is not going to go well. Without delay, I began formulating a message to send to my year advisor. Miss Monte, my name is Sable Labor. I'm a male first-year student. It seems that I have been given a room in the female dormitory by mistake. Please have this oversight rectified as soon as possible. I send a message to Eris and breathe a sigh of relief. Miss Monte seems like a straight-laced, diligent person. No, she did not. Now that I explained the situation to her, I'm sure she'll... Yeah, but, I mean, even if we ignore her personality, look at her aptitude chart. Control and recovery. It's basically saying she likes to be in charge of any situation she's in. This isn't gonna go well. Beep, beep, beep. I look down at my terminal as a message comes through. Reply ready. Eris must be diligent. Good morning, Mr. Labor. This is Eris Monte, your grade advisor. I must say, I'm surprised that a first-year student is capable of using a terminal, especially one ranked as poorly as yourself. Oh, screw you, lady! Talk about unnecessary commentary. I thought that being the advisor for first years would be a piece of cake, since none of them can bother me out of the blue like this. But I guess a little bit of peace was too much to hope for, huh? Yep, saw this one coming. I feel sweat drip down my foreskin. Excuse me! Freudian slip, I apologize. Forehead my initial impression of Eris is destroyed one line of text at a time. Oh god, I'm not gonna live this one down. And I'm not gonna do another take either. I'm leaving that in. That's too funny. As your great advisor, my advice to you is to pat your chest and wear a wig. Bye-bye. Don't get caught peeping. Well, we saw that one coming a mile away. As I read the last line of text, our connection is severed. And a message comes up telling me that Eris has blocked my terminal. Oh, you are cruel and unusual. My terminal ID. For better or worse, I have just seen the true face of my new teacher, and it is not pretty. Well, talk about not judging a book by its cover. I think I just lost all faith in the staff at this academy. So, how did it go? Did you get moved? I don't want to talk about it. I mean, oh god. I would chalk it up to me being tired from a long day of work, but even that is kind of... I don't know where that came from. Anyway. How about we put a pin in it there for now, and, yeah. I'll go recover. Leave a like in the like box if you've enjoyed the video so far. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Flip the bird to me in the comments for being so absent-minded. And vms.com, it is vms.com, where I'm usually much more in control of the words that come out of my mouth than I was just now. Even though some would dispute that claim. I'll see y'all in the next one.